Hey, what's up, friends? Moses here from Driver Success. I hope you guys are doing well. So, yesterday I did not use my truck. I borrowed somebody else's truck because my truck was in the shop. They had to replace tires. All my drive tires have been replaced, which is really good because the weather here is starting to get nasty. It's raining. The whole of yesterday it was just pouring. So at least I'm glad I got new drive tires, and so that will help me out in this weather. I know somebody else had mentioned it. They do check our tires. I think every weekend they come in and they look at the tires, they measure them, and I was wondering why they were not changing my tires because I thought they were due. But thankfully they did that, so I'm glad. When we come into trucking, one of the very frustrating things that we face is learning how to back up, because we are used to driving small cars, and then we come into the industry and we need to learn how to back up this very big car. It's a truck, it's very long, it's very big, and then in our minds we have to learn how to like how they tell you, if you want your trailer to go left, then you have to turn right. If you want it to go right, you have to turn left. And they tell you to take it, like slow. Don't make the turns very, don't be quick in turning the steering wheels. All this information is coming in, and you feel like it is really intimidating. So I just want to give you a simple tip that you can use to help you back up. Keep in mind, everyone learns how to back up differently. That's why I don't want to go into details. It's just going to be a simple thing that I use that helps me out. I don't know how you were taught to back up. Of course, for those of you that are experienced, this may not be useful to you, but this is for those people that are just coming into the industry. They are just learning the skill. First and foremost, let me encourage you that it is going to take time, but you will get better at it. When it starts out just like any other new skill, you have to get used to it, but the more practice you do, the better it becomes. It will come to a time where you kind of have an idea of what you are doing. Again, I'm not going to go into detail about how I back up because I don't want to get you confused. The way you were taught is the way you should back up, but I believe that this simple step that I'm going to show you can help even make your backing a little easier if you're finding challenges. When backing up, the very first thing that is really important is how you set up. If you set up in a wrong way, you will have challenges backing into your space. So I don't know how you were taught to set up, but setting up that trailer is going to be one of the important things for you to successfully get your trailer into the space you want to get into. For me, when I'm backing up, the things that I pay attention to as I start to move, after I've set up and I'm moving into the spot, I want to pay attention to this. The edges of my trailer. So this line right here along my trailer or my container, the horizontal line, and also the vertical line that goes up. So what I'm really doing is I'm paying attention to the edges of my trailer or container, the vertical and the horizontal, which lead to the corner. So I'm paying attention to those lines and also to the corner. And then I also want to make sure that I'm paying attention to the tires, both of the tires. Think of like having a line where the tires are. I'm paying attention to those tires. And of course, finally, I'm paying attention to the line that I'm backing into, where I'm going to back into. Those are important. So after setting up, I'm looking really at those three things: the vertical line, the line on the ground, and my tires, because those are the things that I want to make sure are inside the space I'm backing into. So the trick here is to go as slow as possible while you watch your lines, to make sure that tires are on the inside of the line on the ground, to make sure that the horizontal line of your trailer or container is parallel to the line on the ground. As long as you are watching those lines and taking it slow and making sure they are inside the space you want to get into, you shouldn't have any problem getting into there. So when you are looking at your trailer, make sure you're looking at those lines, because remember, that is what is going to help guide you into the hole. Don't just look at the container or the trailer anyhow. Have some references. So for me, those are the lines that really help me to make sure that I'm getting into the hole. The whole idea really is to have reference points that I can use to guide me into the hole. So if you develop that way of finding things that are reference points that can help you steer the trailer into the hole that you're backing into, it's going to be easier. And so for me, those lines that I showed you, the edges of the edges of the trailer or container, and then the tires, those help guide me into where I'm going, as long as I'm also slow. The other thing is, of course, you don't forget to watch the other surrounding, like in front of the trailer. Don't be fiscated on the back that you forget to check the front to see how things are moving. But if you do that, and with practice, you'll be able to get things going for you. So just be patient with yourself. Don't let other drivers rush you. Like when you get into a place and you are taking your time, take your time. If you have to wait for others to go through, let them go through and take your time. As time goes on, you will get good at it and you will start feeling comfortable with it. So I just hope that is able to help out someone. I know how intimidating it can be when you get into a situation and you're supposed to back up, and maybe you don't have enough space to make a straight backing. It can be intimidating, but learn to set up properly. If your setup is not good, if you can even go back and set it up again, it will be better, because if you don't set up right, you may get a challenge getting it into the hole. So I hope that helps you out. Again, don't forget, you guys, if any of you wants to join JB Hunt, please use me as a reference. The easiest thing to do is really to send me your information so that I can send it to them and then they will contact you. But if you want to go straight to them, that's okay. I just ask that on the very first call that you make with them, make sure you let them know that I sent you, give them my information, and if you can send me an email and let me know that you told them that I referred you, that will be good. It helps me follow up with them. So Moses@driversuccess is my email. All right, guys, I'll talk to you and see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Someone, Jeff Lee, if Jeff Lee, you sent me an email, but I want you to know that I could not reply to your email because I don't have your email. When I try to say reply, it just won't go. I don't know what service you use. It came as a document. I was able to read it, but I can't reply to it. I can't see your email. And so I just want you to know that I received it, but I can't reply to you.